My entire room is a total freaking disaster. Alright, hello! So, I have decided to fix my room because currently it is not working. Just looking at everything, it doesn't work. Especially because I am trying to open up a small business and I can't really do anything with it being in this state. Like, that's just my reality. You know, like everything is just everywhere. This shelf right there does not work. It is in the way because my door is literally right there. So luckily this bookshelf can go to another area, so I don't have to really worry about that. And then over here, I have decided that I'm gonna put bookshelves right in this corner. So naturally I went to IKEA. It will fit nicely in that corner. I mean, it will stick out from the wall a little bit, but I actually measured it and it's not gonna stick out that much. So I'll still have room to put my printer there. So that means that I will have to move this desk, which is not that big of a deal because it hardly takes up any space and I can remove the legs anyway, so. And then I'll also have to move all that stuff. I did just move this so that I could have this space be used, but unfortunately it still doesn't really work and it just takes up too much space. So I was thinking that the bookshelves, because they're not like the wider ones, but they're the slimmer ones, so it won't take up as much space as this desk will. So my theory is that we'll save space, and then also I think it would look nice to actually film in front of the bookshelves. I think that would be a nice change in my space, and it gives like a more interesting background in my opinion. And also I just need more vertical storage, like, let's be real. But yeah, so that is the plan. This video is probably gonna take me like a whole month to try to film because since I am moving furniture around, I figured I should also tackle the task that I have been putting off for about a year now. Paint my doors and trim, because I don't know if you can tell by the walls, they are very yellow and I hate it. And I figured, you know, since I'm gonna be basically decluttering my room in the process and cleaning everything, I should probably just paint them all. I don't even think they've been painted since the place was built. So we're gonna do that. So that's a huge task. So I guess the first step will be me cleaning all the baseboards and the doors. Luckily, I don't really have that much, so I really don't think it's gonna take me that much time. And because it's gonna be white anyway, I'm not even gonna bother taping everything off because I just feel like that would be just a waste of tape. And I'm not that terrible at painting, so I think I'll be fine. That's what I'm gonna do. And then future me, I have decided to get a new bedspread because I really like these linen shams that I got from Etsy. I will link it in the description, but yeah, I really like these. They're kind of washed out on camera, but in real life they're a little bit darker, and yeah, I really like them. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy the matching duvet. Eventually I will also fill that duvet with like an actual duvet, but I figured right now, because it's summertime officially, I'll just leave it on my bed as like a thin layer. And then when I can actually fill it with a duvet, I'll do that. But for now, I think it would be fine as a bedspread. It'll just make my room look a little bit nicer in my opinion. And also, I really want to put my quilt, I don't know if this is considered a quilt, whatever, this part at the end of my bed, because I feel like that would look so nice along with the green. I think that would look really nice. And then I also have daisy bed sheets. So paired with that, I think it just really will elevate my bed situation. And then also I need to get new pillows because, well, not this one. This long one is my sleeping pillow. That is different. But these unfortunately, they're okay, but like they're old and they don't really fill the pillow sham as well as it could. So I've done research, and apparently if you fill it with a larger size than the sham, it's supposed to make it look like nice and full and fluffy. I don't know if fluffy is the right word, but I feel like it would look a lot nicer to have the more full, especially, it's not so much this pillow, but it's this pillow. It just looks so flat and like not very good. It doesn't really do the pillow sham justice in my opinion. So those are the plans for the bed. I actually want to be in my room and work because I feel like if I don't like the space that I'm in, I'm less likely to be productive. That's just my thoughts on that. I don't know if it's just because I'm a homebody or I just like being in cozy places, but I feel like it will definitely benefit in the long run. So that is what I'm going to do. So yeah, the first thing will be to clean all the baseboards and the 3 doors that I have. I'm pretty sure though I don't have any TSP, so I might have to buy some and then I can clean everything. And also, this is so embarrassing, I still have the tape from when I painted all my walls. Yeah, I just never removed it, I guess. So at least now I can remove it. So yeah, there's my agenda. It will probably take all day on Thursday. Luckily I have Thursday off so I can actually do the painting. And then Friday is the day that I'm supposed to be getting the bookshelf. So I can set up the bookshelf probably after work on Friday, which will be nice because then I can have at least one place sorted out. By that point, I'll have the bookshelf that's right beside my door, not there anymore. So then I can have some more room to actually open my door because currently it only goes that wide, which is kind of annoying. I mean, I'm not that big of a person, but it just, I feel like it should be able to open fully. So yeah, anyways, I guess the first step would be to get this whole shelf cleared off so that I can have it moved out, and then I can clean all the baseboards and the doors. Yeah, that'll be my agenda today. Also, this is what I'm wearing. I'll probably have to change out of my PJs, but the top is here to stay. Okay, anyways, I just got back from Costco because that's where we went. We went to Costco and there's Rona right beside Costco. So I got the TSP. I guess we're gonna wash all the doors and trim. So that's exciting. Hello, welcome back. All right, so I just finished cleaning the doors and the trim. I wasn't really gonna film that because it's literally just cleaning. I used the TSP and then just one of these rags from a box. Apparently you're supposed to use a damp cloth, and now my entire room is a total freaking disaster. It's a hot mess right now. Yeah, look at this monstrosity of a room. The only places that I did not do is the back wall and then this wall right here, those 2 trims, because I have to move my TV and I also have to move my bed. And unfortunately, those things, specifically the bed, the TV, I'm just worried that I might accidentally drop it. which would be a total disaster. So I'm just gonna save that for Thursday when I'm actually going to be painting. And this bed, I think I'm gonna have to remove the mattress in order to move it because it's so heavy. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it with the mattress on, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna save that for another day because I am too tired to bother. Hello, I am back. I just got, well, no. It's been about an hour and 12 minutes since I've gotten off work. And we're gonna tackle this monstrosity of a room that I have. Like, what? What is this? Good question, I don't know. But honestly, I don't know how hoarders can live in such mess. I would hate it. And this is literally me just, you know, trying to paint the trim and the doors. And this is what happens when I do stuff. Right, Lulu? Anyways, I'm gonna tackle the... Well, actually, I should probably move some of this stuff on the floor and put it somewhere else so I have room to actually paint for tomorrow. Because otherwise, I'm gonna have a lot of things that I have to move to get to the painting. So I figured I should probably do that now so that, you know, I can spend less time moving things and more time actually just painting. Because I'm pretty certain I am going to need 2 coats of paint. So I'm gonna have to let that dry in between coats. So it's gonna be like an all-day thing. So hopefully I can get it all done before Friday because I really don't want to work on it Friday. Because I have the shelving coming on Friday, so tonight I figured, you know, yeah, I have enough energy to actually finish, so why not? All right, I'm gonna shut up now and just do the work, and then I'll come back, I promise. And I have all of my paint supplies ready to go for tomorrow, and I moved my bed so that I don't have to move it later, so this will stay like this for today. And probably for a lot of tomorrow, just until the baseboard basically dries. And then pretty much I just put as much as I could in my closet. I will have to move some of the stuff when I paint the doors and the trim, but it'll just be a lot of moving around things, which is kind of annoying. I could put a lot of stuff on my bed that can go on my bed, so it'd be a little bit easier in that sense, but yeah. All right, it is the next day. I just finished putting everything into the middle of my room, and now I can finally begin the painting process, which kind of scared. I'm not scared, I'm just like, I just don't really want to do it. Okay, but let's stop procrastinating and let's get into the paintings. Hello. Okay. Got my paint. This is really awkward. Oh well. And then I got this thing. I don't know, what's this? 5-in-1 tool. And I was thinking maybe I should use that where the trim is, so I get no paint on the floor, possibly. But I also don't know. Also, it's stuck. It might work. I don't know. Let's find out, I guess. Of course, I have paint like everywhere already. So let's get started. Okay, so apparently you're not supposed to wipe the excess paint away from the brush. You are supposed to tap it. That's what the experts say, so I guess that's what I am doing. Because I guess if you wipe it, you remove like most of the paint, which is kind of like not what you're supposed to do. So anyways, let's shut up and let's just paint. Oh, I think I have too big of a brush though. Maybe instead I'll start on the big part. This is so white. I do think my brush is too big though. And then put that there. I guess wipe off the excess. I guess, I don't know. And there's actually no paint on the floor, which is kind of impressive. I'm gonna be doing a lot of wiping, I think. And I just got it on the floor. What was the point of me doing that? I don't know. Okay, I'll have to come back and get a smaller brush because this is too big. Like this one. Yes. Okay, much better. But I don't want to waste it. I'm just gonna paint the door. Okay, new plan. I'm gonna paint the doors because this paintbrush is already wet. Okay, I don't know if you can't see it at all, but essentially, can you tell the difference? That is the new paint and that is the old. It is so, like right here, it is so much whiter than the door. Let us continue, I guess. Oh, also, I did buy the Pearl Finish Seco Prestige. So if anybody is curious, that is the paint that I am using. And I got it in the shade Natural White. I don't think this is gonna take me much time, actually. All right, I'm back. Have a small brush. I just finished the doors. They do need the doors. Anyways. They do need another coat of paint, so I'll have to let those dry, and then in the meantime, I will do the entire trim. And I have a bucket of water because I would like to kind of clean as I go, sort of thing, so I don't have a huge mess at the end of it. And then I also just have like wet rags. I have this so that I can wipe the excess paint, and then, oh, I totally forgot about the paint. Did I fill it way too high? Yes, I did. I don't feel like putting it back though. So, anyways, we're gonna dip it. Oh, actually, first, we're gonna move this over. Grab that. Just put that under and start. I was thinking about using something a little bit bigger, but honestly, this brush will be fine because it'll get into all the little crevices, and like my baseboards are pretty small anyway, so I'm glad that I decided to just use this. This is just an artist brush actually, but it'll do the same thing. I'm definitely not gonna film this whole process because it's like the same thing over and over again. Oh my gosh. Oh, you can't tell what I'm doing. All right, so I literally just finished that one baseboard. I'm not gonna bother filming the whole thing because it's literally the same thing. So I'll just finish it off camera. I'm probably just gonna watch YouTube and do all the baseboards. And then at that point, I might even be ready to finish the doors. Second coat, maybe. We don't know yet. But I will see you later. All right, it is the end of the painting. I have actually finished the doors and the trim, and I must say, it actually looks really good. It's basically just white on white. But yeah, see, the door, I mean, that looks really good. It looks really, really good. Camera probably just doesn't really do it justice, but yeah, I think it looks really, really nice. Is it perfect? Definitely not. And there is one part that I will have to fix. I'll just have to fill it and sand it and paint it, but that's for another day. I don't want to deal with that right now. So we're not, because I have to clean up all this paint now. So it's 7:34. So maybe by like 9:30 I can move everything roughly where it should go, because right now it's still drying and I don't want to bump it or anything. But honestly, it looks really good. Much better than the yellow whatever it was. I am definitely not the best painter, at least of walls. But you know what? Considering that I don't really know what I'm doing most of the time, I think it turns out pretty well. I mean, there are a few like drip marks, which not much I can really do about that now. And I'm not the cleanest painter, that's for sure. I never said that I was professional at this. I'm just a DIYer. I am so glad I finished, because tomorrow my bookcase comes in. Actually, I got a call saying that it was going to be here. It was going to be here between like 2:10 and 6:10 or something. So by the time that I get back from work, it will probably be here, which is great. And I really hope that it's not raining tomorrow, because I don't want that thing to get wet. But I think someone will be here anyway. Hello and welcome back. It is the next day. So basically I moved everything out of the way, got rid of the desk over there, and that is where my future bookshelf is gonna go. I really hope that it works here, because otherwise I don't know what I'm going to be doing with them. I did kind of like roughly measure it based off of the measurements online, and it looks like it's going to fit. So there's the new place. It will stick out a little bit from the wall. That's okay. I already knew that was going to be a thing. I don't know, maybe I could like put like another shelf in there. I don't think so though, because I don't think I'll be able to get to it because the printer will be in the way. But anyways, here is all of the shelves and the sides for the shelf. I only have 3, so I don't think it's gonna take me that long. Famous last words. No, I think once I start the first one, and I'm gonna film it, but I won't really talk because it's just me putting together a shelf. And then I'm just gonna watch some YouTube. I'm tired. I just finished a whole day of work. And if I'm being totally honest, even though I work today, this work after work is going to be what makes me exhausted, because I didn't really do that much at work. This is like more work than I did, basically. But I mean, that's not my fault. The store was not busy. Anyways, okay. Hopefully you can see everything, what I am doing. Anyways, I'm gonna just get started, because I really don't want to do this at 11 p.m. especially because I have to work the next day. I should probably look at instructions. Oh yeah, also it's the Billy bookcase in the skinny version, because it was not gonna fit if it was the bigger version, which is fine, because honestly, those boxes, that thing is heavy. Like, whoa. I was not expecting it to be so heavy. So I guess that's a good thing, because it feels like a solid shelf from IKEA, but still nonetheless. I think it'll look really nice, especially with my freshly painted trim. Without further ado, let's get started. There's this random piece. Okay, that's different. Interesting. Ah, the dowel. Okay, this is gonna be pretty self-explanatory, I would say. Okay. Now I gotta move everything. I mean, actually though, it was really easy and I love it. This is gonna look so nice. I definitely think it will stick out quite a bit more than what I thought it was going to, which is fine. That's fine. It's not gonna be crazy though, I don't think. I really don't think so. It'll probably stick out maybe. This is the edge, so it might stick out. Well, one more. So it'll be a little bit. It's also not up against the wall either, but honestly, I love it. If you haven't already gotten a Billy bookcase, get one now because it is totally worth it and it's heavy. It's not too heavy though. I'm just one person and I was able to do it. Not saying that you should do that, but I did just fine. And I am not necessarily that strong. So if I can do it, you could probably do it too. But I am going to finish the other two off camera. I feel like now that I know how to do it one time, I could probably whip them out I could probably get done two at the same time. Actually, no, maybe not. Well, anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. So I will check in with you a little bit later. I finished them. Not really. I just didn't put the shelves in. They're actually all over there. But they're assembled. And actually, it was definitely not that difficult. Probably the most challenging part, I would say, is connecting them all together. But once you put it in the little metal bracket thing, it's fine. Even to move it around, you might just have to go inch by inch, but overall, it worked out pretty well. And I am so exhausted. I don't know how I did it all. I mean, I started work at 7 in the morning today, and it is what time is it? It's 10, and I'm just finishing my work. It's yeah, am I gonna be tired again tomorrow? Probably, yeah. I have shelves, and now I can put stuff on the shelves. That's pretty exciting. Let me just show you their presents. I mean, it's so cool. And honestly, I have so much more room to actually be in here, whereas before it was just a desk, which I never used. And I just felt like it was taking up too much real estate in my room. So this works so much better. I have so much more vertical space, and I even have like a little nook back there I could put something. Unfortunately, my printer pretty much has to stay like right there because there's like nowhere else to put it, really. Ouch. Damn things everywhere. But yeah. Oh, I'm so excited to put stuff on it and like arrange it how I want. So actually, speaking of that, here are all of the shelves. I don't know if I'm gonna actually use all of them, but there they are. It's probably recommended to use all of them just so it's more stable maybe. But that's those. And then, so my plan is to put all of the products that I'm gonna have onto this shelf so that I can free up a shelf on this so I can move my cutting machines up one so I can fit my sewing machine onto there, because I no longer have the shelf that was right there. I no longer have that. I'm so glad that I got rid of it. I didn't actually get rid of it. It's somewhere else in the house now. Actually in the bathroom, of all places. Look at this total disaster on my bed. I'm gonna have to get all that off so I can actually sleep. I'm gonna put all the products on there, and then also on my art books and just regular books. And then on the bottom, I'm gonna put 3 baskets that I also got from IKEA that I also had to put together. Yeah, those are gonna go on the bottom. Have no idea what I'm gonna put in them. I think at least one I'm probably gonna put like maybe packaging supplies in one of them. I don't know yet. That is for another day. I am so exhausted. I'm just gonna end this day now. And yeah, I'll probably film me like rearranging it, but not like the whole thing, because I kind of want it to be a little bit of a surprise for the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. I am losing my voice. Oh my gosh. That is a good sign that I should just, stop talking and relax. Because I haven't relaxed like since I basically got off work. Look at these. They didn't take too long to put together, so that's good. But they are too big. No. Oh no. Are they too big this way? Yeah. Damn it! Well, that kind of bugs me a little bit that they're too big. That's the one thing that I did not measure, is the depth of these bookcases. Oh well, you know what? It's on the bottom, so honestly, I don't think it really matters that much. It will have to do. I already bought them, so I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, it doesn't look great. Well, whatever. There they are. I can still use them. All right, it's the next day. I am well rested. I washed my hair, so I look somewhat presentable. And now I can finally finish my room. So I did, in fact, wash the duvet, and this is the pillowcase for my sleeping pillow. And here's my cat. Also, I did, in fact, clean up my room so that it wasn't a total pigsty. Except this. This is kind of like a work in progress area, just because I have literally nowhere to put my lights. I have nowhere to put them, so they just stay there permanently. But yeah, I guess right now, let us make my bed. That's fun, right? Yeah. All right, okay, so that took so long. I am so freaking sweaty, and I absolutely hate putting pillowcases on pillows, but I did it. Actually, let me just put that right there. Okay, yay. Okay, so probably, ooh, I am so excited to actually put my duvet cover onto my bed. You do not know how long I have waited to do this. I'm so looking forward to this. Okay, let's just get into it. I don't know how to make beds. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Hopefully the vision is setting in. I don't know. And now I get to put on my quilt. I think this will add so nicely to my bed. Okay. Ta-da! There she is! There she is. Ta-da! She is complete. Probably the biggest difference, I mean, aside from the bookcase, which we'll get into that, but would have to be my bed. It is so much better. I can't wait to sleep in this tonight, but just a little overview. Here is my yarn situation, which I didn't really do anything with other than vacuum all the fur that was collecting on the bottom there. And then this is my TV, games, snacks, that sort of thing. Just a walking pad. And then in the corner there is just my heating pads for when it is that time of the month and I need some assistance in that. And then here's just a nightstand. Nothing there has really changed. Or here, for that matter. This is just filled with socks, underwear, bras, swimsuits, all that good stuff. And then I just have my main purses here, and then I have my toiletries there, and then a jewelry box on the bottom there, and then I just have some perfumes, and then I have 2 drink bottles that I thought were so pretty, so I just use them as decoration. Because this one is all plastic, and I don't really like drinking out of plastic, so I try and avoid that as much as possible. And then this is glass, but I thought it was so cute to put like a little peacock feather in it. I don't think it's a real peacock feather. I hope it's not. That'd be terrifying. But I just put it in there. I thought it was really cute. And so then here's my closet, which not much has really changed in there. It's just packed with a bunch of stuff. Put my heated blanket in there because, well, currently I don't really need it for right now because it's summer. I probably won't stay there. I'll probably end up putting it somewhere else, but for now it's fine there. And then possibly the most annoying part of my room is this area. Unfortunately, I can't really put these 2 items anywhere. I also don't want to dismantle them and put them away because it's just such a pain to have to put them together again. It makes more sense just to have them kind of ready to go whenever I need them. So yeah, so one is on the stand and then one is not. That's basically the only thing there. And then, you know, the beautiful bed. My desk really hasn't changed much. This is pretty much like the state of it as is. I am not going to try to be that person that is always super clean, super tidy. I'm not that person. I do like to have relatively clean areas to work in, but I also am a person and, you know, I use stuff, so it's naturally going to be out when I use it. And then I have my easel back there, and then my sketchboard for my iPad, and then my beloved printer. And then here is the beautiful, beautiful bookshelf from IKEA. Yes, I love it. I think it works so nicely with what I have, and honestly, this is like the perfect kind of like backdrop for making videos, I think. Maybe not this area, but like where the books are, like down below. I just think it would be much more interesting to look at than a bed, but I don't know. I guess the bed, let's see. Would the bed look good too? I mean, yeah, I guess the bed would look nice too, but I don't know, like the bookshelf just adds some like type of coziness that I love, I crave. Plus it's functional, so that's exactly what I needed. Like, for example, I have my future spot for my stickers. I only have one, sadly, only one. Life gets in the way, so that will be a work in progress. And then I have for sticker sheets right down here, and then I have my Copics, which is a work in progress. That's my collection right now. And then I have all my art books, and then some art papers, some knitting stuff and sewing stuff, and then Lego storage for my, oh, did I not even show you? I have all of my Lego sets so far, and they're all Animal Crossing. So, you know, maybe there will be a new Animal Crossing game in the near future. Who knows though. So yeah, I have all that, and then I just have miscellaneous books there, and then a little tea light thing there. And then I have more art books, my favorite pencil sharpener of all time, and then some more art books. This is the lowish one, and then I have some sketchbooks, a little mold of my mouth from when I had to get a night guard that I never wear. I swear, everyone says that they never wear theirs. I should probably wear it though, because it is helpful, but anyway. Yeah, it's a fake book. It just contains embroidery floss Yeah, and then this just has extra parts for my doll things right there. And then dropping down here, we have my need to be fixed or finished, I should say, knitting projects. And then I have my original Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing edition. Love that. And then I have over here the Nintendo Switch 2 box with a little thing from D brand, which I thought was kind of funny. So yeah, I put that there. And then I just have a bunch of miscellaneous wire electronics from my other computer. I don't have any space to set up my other computers, so right now a lot of it is just in storage, unfortunately. And then over here I just have some foam and like sewing stuff. And then this one is just kind of like arts and crafts type of situation. So I have like tape and whatever. What do I have? The gloves and random bits. And I will be fixing these baskets, so it will not fit a standard square basket, which really sucks. And believe me, I've tried finding a decently priced basket and I cannot find one. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna crochet 3 baskets. I already have a pattern for it. I just don't have the material to actually make them yet. But when I do, I will fix that. Kind of annoying, but what can you do? I can obviously reuse these somewhere else anyway, so it's not like the end of the world or anything. It's just kind of annoying. So, and plus it looks really stupid. Like, I'm sorry, I hate the look of that, but you see my vision that what I was going for with this bookcase. You know, it still makes sense. It still is functional and works for what I need it for, because if you live in a smaller space, vertical space is your #1 friend. So I am at least utilizing the vertical space that I have and not the horizontal space. Well, I'm using that too, but now I have to go up instead of out. Anyways, and then here, this used to contain all of my sewing stuff, but because I have this bookcase, I've decided to repurpose this for any packaging type of things. And so I have that, and then like I'm gonna reuse as much packaging as I possibly can for my future business. So I thought, why not keep it in here? And then I have my printer and my shipping labels right here, so I can kind of use this like wherever, because it's on wheels. So when I want to plug it in, I can just wheel it over to the power and go like that. And yeah, there she is. Beautiful. Also, before I forget, okay, so because I live in a room, it has like a bump out where the window is. It's like bumped out where the window is, which is a neat idea. I love that idea because it makes like for the perfect spot to put like a built-in bench. Of course, I don't have one of those, but because of that, this is like the furthest place where I can put it, like that corner, but I have another corner and it's right here. And it's kind of, it's not like ideal, honestly, because this right here is the window. That's the window. And so I have like this little nook that I guess is kind of useful because I just have a whole bunch of like random stuff that I have nowhere else to put. So I'm like, well, you know, that works. Okay, so yeah, this is the first time of me actually sitting. I don't actually know. Should I be like here? Who knows? Whatever, it's a work in progress. I think the main thing is that I can now use this space for filming instead of it having just another desk. And it just took up so much more space than this bookcase. So now I have a little bit more room to work with, which is nice. So yeah, there's the video. I really think that for making the changes that I've made, that my room is much more usable, I guess, for what I need it for, because not only is it a bedroom, but it's also an art studio and a living room, I guess. because of the TV that I have. So it's really multifunctional, which I'm not saying is a good thing for your bedroom, but that is what I have to work with, unfortunately. It's not actually unfortunate. I'm incredibly privileged to have this space as my own because a lot of people don't have that. So obviously I am incredibly grateful for that. I think that we all have to start somewhere. This just happens to be my somewhere. So it's very doable because I am literally just starting out this YouTube stuff and then also a future business, which I feel like I've been saying that for so long, and you're not wrong. It has been a while. It's just life gets in the way. You know, I do have another job, and then on top of that, I also am going back to school in the fall. So between all of those things, it really does kind of take up a lot of my time, unfortunately. So that's time that I could have easily spent working on my small business. But alas, there's just not enough time in the day to do everything that you want to do all in one day. So at least me making these small changes for my bedroom, I'm able to be a little bit more productive and more enjoyable to live in and to work in, because I am a firm believer that if you don't like the space that you're in, it really does affect you in more ways than you could ever even think about. Productivity is like probably the biggest concern, and like if you have a hard time wanting to be in your space, it just makes it a little bit more challenging to also work in that space because you don't like being in that space, basically. So this will allow me to actually enjoy where I'm working and where I'm living, and I think that is not a bad thing. Yeah, my cat really likes it too because she is laying on my desk, but she'll lay anywhere. So yeah, so there's the video. I hope you enjoyed watching. I did my best to make it as interesting as possible. Again, I'm still new at this YouTube thing, so I have really no idea what I'm doing. But does anyone really know what they're doing? No, not really. So, you know, it's just like kind of experimenting and seeing how things go. Yeah, stay tuned for another video and leave a comment, like, subscribe, because I know that a lot of the views that I do get are from people who are not subscribed. So if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and hopefully it wasn't a total waste. So anyways, I don't know why I just said that. Anyways, I'm gonna leave this video now and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.